quick you doing your pregame?
We're going at 7:20.
And it is
7:15.
So we're getting close.
Yeah. So you got Gatorade in one pocket. What's in the other?
Just chips. It's supposed to be a blue out, so I figured I better wear my blue.
Oh, I didn't. What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow's a whiteout, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously not everybody got the memo, Todd, so, you know.
Still set point for the Rebels, match point for the Rebels, championship for the Rebels coming up if they can get one more point.
Rebel volleyball is on.
Fisher serves. Hopkins, great pass up front. Cornea sets left side. Grohl hits back corner. Was it in there? It was tipped, and the Rebels win 25-19. 3 games to 1.
Last season, Coach Cindy Stewart and the Rebs climbed back to the top.
Sierra sets left side. Julia hits it hard and splits the D, and it was deflected out of bounds.
They pounded their way to a 17th Rich High School Volleyball State Championship and brought the trophy back home.
Alicia again with the serve.
Vicious serve, and it's a service ace.
A lot of mustard on it.
With a reloaded roster, the Rebels take the court with their sights set on defending the title and making it 2 in a row.
Larson serves again. This one passed to the up official. It's a service ace for Risha.
Turn up the volume, Rebel fans, and join us for Rich Rebel Volleyball on Rebel Radio. KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Set up front in the middle, set and blocked. On the attack, Julia Hopkins with an epic recreation block of the game.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, the Wind River Hotel and Casino of Riverton, Wyoming, T-Bar S Body Shop Technoglass of Evanston, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, Westar Printing in Evanston, Edwards Furniture in Logan, and by mylocalradio.com.
Hopkins passes, Cornea sets into the middle, Peart touch attack into the middle, and the Rebels win 27-25. Perfect placement by Savannah Peart.
And now, Rebel volleyball fans,
Slaps it down, diving dig by Amber Lee.
get ready as we head to the court to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan Steineckert.
Good evening, Rebel fans, and welcome to Rebel Volleyball on KADQ. Tonight, the Rebels are back in action at home to take on the Manila Mustangs. Back in Region 22 play, the first serve is scheduled for about 25 minutes from now. I think we'll go a few minutes before that, so we're going to move right along. In the meantime, we have the pregame show brought to you by the Town of Randolph. Mayor Lynn Weston and board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Bridget Pugmire, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. We'll hear from them, and then we'll set the scene for today's match of Rich Rebel Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
Randolph is located near the geographic center of Rich County, Utah, on a high plateau with an average elevation of 6,300 feet. The first group of settlers, led by Randolph H. Stewart, camped on a knoll south of the present town site on March 14, 1870. Randolph is a town of extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 in the winter. The folks who live here are also extreme, extremely loyal, extremely friendly, and extremely supportive of our youth. Good luck to all the Rich Rebels this year from everyone at the town of Randolph.
Welcome back to the pregame show brought to you by the Town of Randolph. We've got an exciting match for you tonight as the Rebels wrap up Region 22 play, hosting the Manila Mustangs. Now, Rich will host Duchesne tomorrow, and they'll be at South Summit Wednesday before hosting North Summit to wrap up the regular season. But tonight, part of homecoming festivities, Rebels hosting Manila to wrap up Region 22 play. Time for the scene set, brought to you by Pugstone Sporting. Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Pugstones has it all. If you're tuned in online at mylocalradio.com, you see the Rebel JV team beating up on Manila. 14-3 is the score in the third set. First and second sets were a bit closer, 25-13, 25-15. Rebel freshmen also beat up on Evanston tonight, 25-16, 25-23, and 15-5. A solid win for the Rebel freshmen over the Big Bad for a Evanston Lady Red Devils. Rebel volleyball team, the varsity coming into this match, is at 16-6 overall, 5-0 in the region, and they, with last week's win over Intermountain Christian on Thursday night, the Rebels won a 30th consecutive region title. Now that's from the words of Coach, or from the mouth of Cindy Stewart herself. She said she remembers starting coaching in *86, and they didn't win it that year, but she can't remember another time since she started coaching that they didn't win a region championship. And her girls that play volleyball know her word is law, so that's what we'll go with. Rebels with their 30th consecutive region title in volleyball last week with the win over Intermountain Christian. A solid weekend at the Richfield tournament. The Rebels beat Millard, they beat South Sevier, and they beat Carbon, all in 2 straight sets, and then did the same against Beaver and North Summit. Those are all bigger opponents. And then Rich faced a solid Enterprise team with a lot of athleticism, a couple of big hitters, and Enterprise just squeaked by Rich 25-20 and 26-24. Rich won the pool, went on to as a number 1 seed in the gold bracket single elimination tournament portion of the tournament, and lost to North St. Pete 2-1. North St. Pete went on to lose to Panguitch in the championship, but Rebels with a solid weekend. They went 5-2 against all bigger opponents, 2A and 3A opponents, and Coach Stewart was happy with, number 1, the competition they got to face, number 2, how the girls performed. So Rich is 16-6 overall this season, as I mentioned, 5-0 in Region 22 play. As for the Manila Mustangs, they come in at 8-8, at 500 even record, but 0-4 in the region. They'll play here, of course, tonight at Rich, and then next week host Tabiona. No, at Tabiona, it looks like, to wrap up the season. And Manila, unless they can get a win tonight, I believe would be eliminated from the possibility of a postseason. They've lost twice to Intermountain Christian, and if they lose again, then they would have 2 losses, where Tabiona has 2 losses, and they would have 4 losses, where Tabiona only has 2 at this point in the season. So Manila looking for a win tonight to keep their postseason hopes alive, but probably not very likely. The Rebels, last time these teams met, a pretty dominant win over the Mustangs, 25-11, 25-11, and 25-12 out at Manila. The Mustangs, last year didn't make it to state. They did the year before that, went 0-2. Same story the previous 2 years. No state in 2014, 0-2 in 2013. Been up and down a little bit. And one thing that we'll talk with Coach Camille Clegg about is just how small Manila is. We think of Rich High School being a small high school, and certainly if you compare Rich to, say, Orem, Utah, or Timpview, Pleasant Grove, whatever it may be, yeah, Rich is a small high school, but then compare that to Manila, and we'll hear a little bit more about that from Coach Camille Clegg. Now, I mentioned the Rebels' 30 consecutive region championships. That includes at least a 17-0 record against Manila, make it 18-0 with the win this year against Manila going back to 2008. Rebels have had no trouble. In fact, I don't believe they've even lost a set against Manila, maybe ever. My records go back only to 2008 in matchups of Rich versus Manila, and Rich has not lost a set in that span against the Mustangs. That's your scene set, brought to you by Pugstone Sporting Goods, your Bear Lake All Sporting Goods shop. Again, the freshmen beat Evanston tonight, 25-16, 25-23, and 15-5. JV beat Manila 25-13, 25-15, and 15-4. Freshman football team had a 14-12 lead with under a minute to go. Evanston scored a touchdown, and then Rich trying to answer back a pick 6. Evanston wins 24-14. They scored twice in the final 56 or 57 seconds. Evanston went away with the win in football, freshman football action. Stay tuned. We got more of your pregame show coming up. It's brought to you by the town of Randolph. We'll be back. We'll talk with the coaches on the Comprehensive Family Dental Dr. Sean Grohl Coaches Show when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
It doesn't matter what season you visit Bear Lake. Make sure you always stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods. You'll find lots of great quality inventory at low prices, including guns and ammo. During the winter, you can rent cross-country skis, snowshoes, and buy your ski passes to Beaver Mountain. Pugstone's is always the best place to get information about the area and purchase your hunting or fishing licenses. Everything you need with one stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods at the 4-way stop in Garden City.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
When it comes to parts and service, don't rely on anyone other than the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. The professional mechanics and parts department team have the experience to help you with whatever you need. When you need to add a winch, get an extra belt or spark plugs, winterize, repair or replace tires, or have a rebuild, they can help. Whatever you need, gift ideas, parts, accessories, or a great mechanic, you'll find it all at Cache Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on Highway 91.
Welcome back to Rich High School and the Coach Cindy Stewart Coaches Show, brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl providing quality family dentistry since 1998. Rebels finishing out Region 22 play for 2017 tonight against the Manila Mustangs. And when we return, we'll hear from the Mustangs head coach Camille Clegg on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
When you have dental care done, you let the dentist and the hygienists into your personal space. It's important that you and your family trust that your dentist will provide professional care in a comfortable atmosphere. Comprehensive Family Dental is a family-owned and operated business that understands how important this trust is. 2 locations make it convenient for you and your family when scheduling appointments. When it comes to your dental work, expect the best. Call Comprehensive Family Dental today at 435-793-2210.
It's Truck Month going on right now at Auto Farm Castle Rock in Evanston. Receive 0% financing for 72 months on select models or get 20% off select models. Receive up to $3,500 in bonus cash. Auto Farm is stuffed with vehicles at the guaranteed lowest prices. It's Truck Month going on now at Auto Farm. 0% for 72 or 20% off. Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
The best.
Ryan Steineckert with Camille Clegg, head coach of the Manila Mustangs. Coach, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
How's your season going?
It's going pretty good. It's coming to an end pretty fast. We've had a lot of fun this year.
Tell me about your team a little bit. Who did you graduate from last year's team?
I had 4 seniors that graduated, and that hurt us. I did get 4 freshmen, but replacing 4 seniors with 4 freshmen is tough to do. So I have a really young team this year. I have 2 seniors, but one of them has not played for the last 2 years. So she's playing her little heart out, and she has my libero position, but you can tell she's missed 2 years on the court. So I really only have 1 senior that's playing for me. I've got 4 juniors, and then I've got sophomores and freshmen that are filling the spots.
Tell me a little more about who you have coming back with experience.
I have Aspen Collett. You probably remember her. She's a good athlete all around, basketball, volleyball. She's really stepped up. We're trying to maximize and get the most out of her. She does most of our serve receive, our best serving, hit as much as she can, but it's tough.
We were just talking before we started recording about how few numbers you have out, how few players on the actual team. And maybe people don't realize just how small Manila High School is.
Yes, we are very small. I have 11 girls, and there's only a handful of other girls that aren't playing for me. I mean, so there's not a lot to choose from. The girls that are here, they want to play, and they play their little hearts out, but it's tough when you don't have more players to choose from. But yeah, I think our school enrollment 7 through 12 is about 80, so that puts in the high school, I mean, not a lot.
How do you feel like your team is playing, though? I mean, based on who you've played and wins and losses, do you feel like you're getting a lot out of them?
This has been a really fun season. It's a fun, energetic team. We laugh a lot. We play really hard. I feel like I'm getting about all I can out of these girls, and they don't give up. They really do play hard, and they just have fun. I mean, we've had some tough losses, and at the end of the day, they just say, "Coach, that was so much fun."
Tell me about the match when Rich played out at your place. I wasn't able to go to that one. I think it was on a Friday. I was covering some football, but how did that match go for you?
We had a tough game the night before. We didn't play well the night before, and I felt like when we played Rich, we actually played well with them. I mean, our scores weren't super high. I think we got 11 and 12 points per set. But as the night went on, I felt like we did better. We were timing our blocks better. We were getting better serve receive. I ended up telling my assistant at the end of the night, I wished we could have played 5, even if we would have lost them all, because I felt like my girls started stepping up and playing with them, and we got better.
What do you need to do tonight? What do you want to see from your girls tonight as the season comes to a close pretty soon?
I told the girls just when the ball's in our court, we need to take control. We're not going to give up any easy points. We need to make our serves, and then don't send any easy free balls or you'll pay for it.
Coach, anything else we should touch on?
I don't think so. Should be a good night.
Camille Clegg of the Manila Mustangs, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight and the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach Clegg. This is the Cindy Stewart Coaches Show, brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental and Dr. Sean Grohl, providing quality family dentistry since 1998. We're just a few minutes away from the opening serve of today's match. When we come back, we'll talk with Cindy Stewart on the Town of Randolph pregame show on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. The Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming offers a family dinosaur dig and vacation package that includes digging for fossils at the Wyoming Dinosaur Center, sack lunches, tours of the museum, and lovely clean rooms for a comfortable night's stay. With 3 restaurants to choose from, you and your family will have fun, eat well, and rest easy. Schedule your family dinosaur dig at the Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming today. Call 866-657-1604.
Coverage of Rich High School sports is also being made possible by Delmas Equipment, repairing equipment for over 20 years, farming equipment assembly, and custom fabrication. The Thompson Ranch. Brian and Becky Thompson, promoting student learning and success in all areas. And Western Ag Credit, reliable credit for all things agriculture.
Everybody gets rock chips at one time or another in your vehicle window. From now on, anytime you get a chip in your windshield, don't think, oh booger. Instead, think T-Bar-S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston, home of the 1995 rock chip repair. Rock chips are fixed in minutes, and the team at T-Bar-S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston will come to you, or you can stop by the shop. T-Bar-S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston, home of the 1995 rock chip repair. Call us today.
Ryan Steineckert with Cindy Stewart of the Rich Rebels. Coach, thanks for your time today. A good week last week. I thought you performed pretty solidly for the most part Friday and Saturday at Richfield. Your take?
Yeah, I was real excited. We did well. Won our pool the first morning. South Sevier was the one that caused us the most trouble, and they were good competition, the Richfield, South Sevier. And then the next day we had Enterprise and North Summit, and we beat North Summit, which is good because we have them home here. And Enterprise barely got us, but we wound up winning that pool by points against. So good competition, that's what we wanted. I'd sooner play good competitions and not win than I'd rather win, obviously, but than play not very good competition. So definitely plenty of competition. So we took first in that pool. That put us against North St. Pete in the other pool, and they beat us. And we had them down 11-8 in third game, and thought we had them, and we just missed a serve and didn't pass well for a minute, and boom, it was over. So we didn't get the championship. Panguitch and North St. Pete, the team that beat us. So we didn't get a shot at Panguitch.
Would you have liked to get a shot and just play Panguitch and see what they do, see how you compete with them?
Oh, of course. Maybe get a win on them and get them something in their head. But they're very good. They got a nice block, and obviously they beat everybody there pretty easily. So they're going to be a real contender, real tough opponent at state.
Do you see anybody else around the state? I know you've said Monticello and maybe Milford. Milford didn't do real well this weekend at that tournament, but do you know anybody else that's looking pretty good in 1A?
I don't. Milford's the one I thought had some promise there in that one region, 19, I think. And then Panguitch is in 20. We're in 22, and Monticello's in 21. I would say those 4 teams. But Monticello's really down this year compared to the past year. So I figure it'll be a rich, since the bracket lines up like it does, it could very easily be just a rich Panguitch championship again.
It's nice that the bracket lines up. I mean, what we think anyway, it's going to be nice that the bracket lines up that way.
Right. Last year we played Panguitch in the championship and Monticello, and I thought for sure since we played them in the championship we were going to get Panguitch in the semi, so I got online this morning to see, but it does line up that we could possibly line up with them if we don't falter on the way to the championship.
Coach, something I don't know if we really touched on very much last week. With that win over Intermountain Christian, you won the region title, isn't that right?
Yep.
It's just another season for Coach Cindy Stewart and the Rebels.
Yeah, we've won that many years in a row. I don't ever remember not winning it. When I first started here in '86, we didn't win it, And then the second year we won it, and we won the region tournament. We had region tournaments back then, and state, and then ever since then we've won region. So that's since 1987. That's how old I am.
Well, that's 30 years at least, right? 30 consecutive region title. Do you, speaking of region tournaments, do you wish you still had those?
No, because it counts as one of our tournaments. We used to have turnaround play these teams that aren't very good again on a weekend. It costs a lot of money for parents and a lot of money for time and money for us, and it was the same competition. So I'm so glad we don't have that region tournament, especially since it would have costed us the Richville tournament pretty much. That's what it would have cost us.
You've got Manila and Duchesne this week, two teams you swept out at their place a month or so ago.
Manila won't be so tough. It's homecoming week. The kids are scattered. We've got queens and all kinds of stuff going on, and volleyball puff and football puff and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of kids were just having a lot of fun. So I don't mind so much. I like to have a good competition, and Duchesne will bring some competition to us. We play Manila Thursday and Duchesne on Friday. So I hope we can get a good crowd out on Friday. It should be a good competition.
We're going to have to cut that interview just a bit short. Coach didn't have a whole lot to say about Manila. Rebels beat them pretty easily at their place, so she expects her team to beat them pretty easily here at home, despite all the distractions of homecoming week. Time for your starter. Your pregame show has been brought to you by the town of Randolph. Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Bridget Pugmire, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. And the coaches show was brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental, Dr. Sean Grohl, providing quality family dentistry since 1998. Starting lineups are presented by the Randolph Country Store. We may be small, but we've got it all. And for the visiting Manila Mustangs, number 2, Sylvie Anderson, a senior. Freshman number 4, Olivia Clegg, daughter of Coach Camille Clegg. Junior number 13, Aspen Collett. Junior number 14, Brooke Guyman. Junior number 15, Cody Thomas. Freshman number 21, Caitlin Mosley. And libero is senior number 25, Lexi Taylor. For the Rich Rebels, seniors, Savannah Peart, Talisha Larson, Kiara Groves, Julia Hopkin, and libero Amber Smith, along with sophomore Sydney Hatch. The starters for the Rich Rebels. Starting lineups, again, are brought to you by the Randolph Country Store. We may be small, but we've got it all. Just about to get this first set underway. Let's take a quick look at the Laketown Ledger, brought to you by the town of Laketown. Good luck, Rebels, from the Mayor, Sim Weston, council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White. Rebels and Mustangs, my records go back to 2008 that these teams started facing off against each other, and I imagine they've played a few times prior to that, but again, I don't have records going beyond that, and in that span, Rebels are 18-0, and that's 18 times 3, what's that, 36, 54? 54-0 in sets against Manila. Rebels have not lost a set against the Mustangs going back to 2008, and that includes a 3-0 Rebel win at Manila earlier this season, 25-11, 25-11, and 25-12. The Rebels have had no trouble with Manila over the years. Again, 18-0 on the Laketown Ledger, brought to you by the Mayor and Town Council of Laketown. Well, again, our pregame show tonight was brought to you by the town of Randolph, Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Bridget Pugmire, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. I want to invite you to tune in tomorrow afternoon, if you can be here at Rich High School for the homecoming football game. We'll have pregame starting at 3:15 as Rich hosts Layton Christian Academy. Rebels will be without Nick Jarman, separated his shoulder in volley buff yesterday, and is not likely playing. Is he across the way in the student section in a sling or anything? Yeah, that's unfortunate. Rebels will have the first serve, brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. Savannah Peart, not the running jump serve we're used to. It's returned. Rebels diving dig by Amber Smith, and Rich pushes it across. Talisha Larson with a nice touch attack. She just surveys the defense, sees where nobody's at, drops it in there. It's 1-0 on a soft Bear Lake Realty kill. Brought to you by Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City. Savannah Peart will serve again. Right to left if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. The ball returned over. Smith and Risha Larson both thought the other would go for it. Neither got it, and we're tied at 1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. So back to serve goes Kimsey Sawyer, who just checked into the game. Sawyer, a junior. She's the starting libero for the JV team. Back row and server for the varsity squad. Tied at 1 in the first set, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Service, Hopkin receives. Kiera sets it up high and outside for Julia, who cracks it down, and Sawyer can't get underneath it. Nice hit by Julia, makes it 2-1, a Bear Lake Realty kill for the Rebels. And that'll send Talisha Larson back to serve. Running jump serve, boy, it's a laser, and it's shanked off to the side. Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace makes it 3-1. The attempted return was Lexi Taylor, but she just couldn't control it over to the Rebel student section. Another service bumped high in the air and pushed over, but a double hit against Manila makes it 4-1 Rebels on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Talisha Larson to serve again, running jump serve, and she boy, just clears the net. Nice diving effort by Collett to keep that in the air, and it's bumped over. Kiera sets high left side. Hopkin hits it, deflected off the block, down the line, out of bounds. 5-1, another Bear Lake Realty kill. Presented by Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City. Visit BearLakeRealty.com. 5-1, Rich with the lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Talisha Larson set to serve again. Rebel cheerleaders behind her. There's a Rebel man in blue over there for homecoming week. Collett bumps it high. It's slapped across by Clegg, the freshman. Rebels set it up for Hopkin, who hits it hard into the block. This time it's blocked right toward the down official. Another Bear Lake Realty kill as that one's out of bounds off of Manila. Rich leads 6-1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Larson again serves, this time a bit low into the net. 6-2 on the service error. Smith checks back in for defense as Rich gets set to receive from Aspen Collett. She'll do the running jump serve, a high lob into the air. Peart with a nice pass up front. Kiera sets in the middle. Hatch hits. It's deflected and kept in the air. Bumped up by Thomas. Set up high left side. Slapped across by Anderson. Rebels dig it. Keep it alive. Set left side. Hopkin hits it cross court from about 3 feet off the net. She just crushes it to the back corner. 7-2. Another Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia Hopkin, who's among the leaders in all of the state of Utah, all classifications in hitting. She's right at the top in kills per set. And with a .353 kill percentage, hitting percentage, she's near the top in hitting percentage as well. Hit over the net. It's right at the net. Rebels can't tip it over. 7-3. Mustangs earn the point. And Olivia Clegg set to serve from the middle of the back line. Straight across. Peart passes up front. Set left side. Hopkin hits. It's deflected. And over the head of Olivia Clegg. She watched it go and quickly grabbed her. Just ran her fingers through her hair saying, oh, that was deflected. I got to try to do something with that rather than watch it go by. It was out of bounds, but it had been deflected. Hopkins serves, bumped back up over the net. Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace by Julia. And Rich leads 9-3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. That's about 4 or 5 points already for Hopkin in the first set, brought to you by the station in Randolph. Set to the middle, slapped across by Guyman. Rebels get a good pass, set left side, and Peart hits the net, rolls across the top of the net, drops down in just barely. She was right in front of us here on the near side. She hit toward the far side and got the benefit of the ball hitting the net. Hopkins serves, bumped high by Collett, slapped over by Collett after the pass. Rebels set it up in the middle. Hatch this time. She hits it hard down, gets the deflection, and drops it into the corner. 11-3, a Bear Lake Realty kill for the sophomore Sydney Hatch. Hopkin will serve again. Rebels on top, 11-3. Julia just clears the net. It skipped across the tape. Set up left side. Anderson hits too hard. Rebels watch it go by. 12-3. After that hitting error, and Coach Camille Clegg calls for a timeout. We'll take one as well on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Randolph is located near the geographic center of Rich County, Utah, on a high plateau with an average elevation of 6,300 feet. The first group of settlers, led by Randolph H. Stewart, camped on a knoll south of the present town site on March 14, 1870. Randolph is a town of extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 in the winter. The folks who live here are also extreme, extremely loyal, extremely friendly, and extremely supportive of our youth. Good luck to all the Rich Rebels this year from everyone at the town of Randolph.
When you're buying and selling real estate, you want to work with an agent that knows the area and understands property values. You want to work with an agent that listens to what you're looking for and knows how to find it for you. And it's important to know all of your options. That's why it's smart to work with the best. Gary McKee and the agents at Bear Lake Realty in Garden City, Utah, helping folks buy and sell real estate for over 25 years. When you work with Bear Lake Realty, you're working with the best. Visit BearLakeRealty.com today. Back into the action quick out of the timeout. The Mustangs bump it over. Rebels set up the attack, and Hatch knocks it down. A Bear Lake Realty kill. Rebels serve again. Mustangs attack. Rebels dig. Kiera pushes a dump set across. Set up for Anderson, who hits long. Did the Rebels deflect? No, they didn't. Plus, a Mustang was in the net. 14-3. Rich on top. Stacy's Repair scoreboard here in this first set. Brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Tough pass, but the Mustangs keep it alive, bump it over. Risha sets left side. Peart hits into the block, deflected out of bounds. 15-3. Rich leads in this first set. Our kills tonight are brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Aces by Circle H Land and Cattle Company. Hopkins serves a bit low into the net. Big Sis has some words of coaching. I'm not sure what she said there, but Emily Hopkins, what were you just shouting at Julia? She said it was really embarrassing. I don't know if those were the direct exact quote, but Peart passes. Kiera goes a long ways to keep it alive. Hatch pushes it across, barely dug up by Anderson. Set for Anderson, left side, touches across, and Peart is there. Set up left side for Savannah. Hits blocked. Good stuff by the Mustang block. Savannah again hits it cross court. Nice dig by Collett. Set up for Collett in the back line. Hopkins passes up front. Kiera sets left side again. Peart this time hits wide and outside, just a little out too far. 15-5 on the hitting error. Mustangs trail by 10. Rebels in this first set jumped out to a big lead. Part of a 8-0 run. Rich was up 7-3 before that 8-0 run a minute ago. Rebels set it up. Peart hits, deflected high in the air. A diving effort by Clegg, but she can't get to it. 16-5. Another Bear Lake Realty kill for the Rebel attack. And Amber Smith steps back to serve. Rebels in the long sleeve blues, Amber in the long white. Mustangs, long sleeve reds, black sleeves, black shorts, but red on the rest of the top, the rest of the shirt. Peart hits cross court, dug up, out of bounds, way back into the bleachers by Collett. 17-5. Bear Lake Realty kill for Savannah Peart. Amber Smith serving. She's the top digger in the state. #1 in all classifications in digs at 7.2 per set. Mustangs set it up, hit it across. Risha misplays it, shanks it out of bounds. 17-6. Rebel lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Sylvia Anderson, a senior. One of just two seniors on this Mustangs team. Was talking with Camille Clegg before the match. She said 80 students, that includes 7th, 8th, and 9th through 12th, 80 students at Manila School currently enrolled. Rebels set it up for Peart, hit, deflected, and kept in the air. Nice dig by Clegg. It's up near the net. Guyman can't get to it in time. And it's 18-6, another Bear Lake Realty kill for the Rebels. Risha Larson back to serve. Rebels with 2 service aces in match. Set up left side. Guyman hits. No, that was Collett with the hit. Rebels dig. Set it up for Peart. Slapped it cross court. Right on the Rebel. Out of bounds. 18-7. Mustangs trail and have the service. Lexi Taylor checks back in. The senior libero. Set to serve. A few dribbles. Steps into it and delivers. Nice serve. Hopkins. Good pass. Kiera sets left side. Talisha hits right into the middle of the back line. Sylvie Anderson dove but couldn't get underneath it. Nice spot from Talisha for the Bear Lake Realty kill, making it 19-7 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels with a solid lead in this first set. Savannah Peart serves. Bumped and slapped across by Clegg. Peart lunges out, digs it up. Kiera sets in the middle. Talisha back row. Anderson, good dig. Set up left side for Collett, and she hits. Rebels deflect, but can't keep it in the air. 19-8 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Checking back in is Kimsey Sawyer on the back row. I believe she'll step back and serve. And the Rebel freshmen beat Evanston tonight in volleyball, 25-16, 25-23, and 15-5.
Rebel JV team beat Manila 13-15 and 4, 15-4 in that final set. Rebels don't get a great pass, and Grohl just bumps it over. Manila hits it right back. Rich sets it up for Hopkin, who's blocked, but back right over her and right over her head and out of bounds. She just stood there and watched that thing drop. I was going, Julia. Oh, it's out of bounds. Nice call. 20-8, Rebels lead. Larson serves. Talisha's serve just clips the top of the net, rolls over the top. Mustangs keep it alive and bump it over. Lexi Taylor with the finish on the third bump. Rebels set it up, and Hopkin just blows it down cross court. 21-8 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels on top here at Ridge High School. Final Region 22 match of the season for Rich. Already at 5-0 in the region, and already another region title. Ball bumped, almost knocks a tile out of place on the ceiling. It comes down quick. It's bumped again. Call it, hits it into the net on the attack. 22-8. Rebels 3 points away from a set 1 victory. This first set is brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Talisha Larson serves, another error. Just the second of the match for the Rebels. 22-9 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Aspen call it to serve. The junior again lobs it way up high in the air and serves on the line back row. Rebels let it go. They thought it would be out. Instead, it's an ace for Collett, making it 22-10. Mustangs scored 11, 11, and 12 against the Rebels about a month ago at Manila High School. Rebels won 3 straight. Collett serves again. This one a little more of a shorter rainbow. Peart passes up front. Kiara sets in the middle. Hatch goes nice cross court. Bumped up to the net. Bumped, but it was out of bounds. It hit the net. Cody Thomas was there to play it, but it hit the net out of bounds, so that's a Rebel point. 23-10. Kiara set to serve for Rich. Bumped up at the net. Hopkin goes up and just clips it down. It's bumped and dug up over the net out of bounds. 24-10, set point Rebels. Kiera to serve. Looking for a Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace to finish off this first set. Not quite going to get it. It's dug up over the net, an overpass. Peart passes up front. Rebels set it up for Hopkin, and there is nobody going to get underneath that. 25-10, Rebels win the first set on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rich on top 1-0 after this first set. Brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Risha Larson, and you're tuned in to Rich High School Volleyball action on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, and online at mylocalradio.com.
Rolene Kennedy of Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston is your Rich County representative. The mother of 5 Rich High graduates and grandmother of 3 more graduates in the making, Rolene is here for you. She's a recipient of GM's highest salesman honor, the Mark of Excellence Award winner, meaning she provides you with the best customer service in the industry. The next time you're looking for a car or truck, think Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, your Rich County representative.
Your vehicle represents one of the major investments you'll make in your lifetime. If you have an accident, large or small, take care of your investment with a professional team that understands the value of your vehicle. T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston has been repairing and restoring vehicles to just like new condition for over 7 years. Don't trust your investment to just anyone. Let T-Bar fix your car. T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Stop in today for a free estimate. 515 County Road.
They really appreciate every customer at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. They understand that you have lots of options when it comes to purchasing outdoor recreation vehicles. That's why they work hard to earn your business by making sure they understand exactly what you want. They're friends with their customers. When you're happy, they're happy. If you haven't been to their store, they invite you to come visit. And if you've already one of their friends, stop in again soon and check out all of this season's gear. Cash Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on US 91.
It's Truck Month going on right now at Auto Farm Castle Rock in Evanston. Receive 0% financing for 72 months on select models or get 20% off select models. Receive up to $3,500 in bonus cash. Auto Farm is stuffed with vehicles at the guaranteed lowest prices. It's Truck Month going on now at Auto Farm. 0% for 72 or 20% off. Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Back at Rich High School, Rebels took the first set over Manila 25-10 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Our camera tonight, let's get in a real quick Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Maybe not get any fans on there as we're getting set to serve the second set underway. Rebels bump, and Larson slaps it across. Thank BearLakeRealty.com for sponsoring the camera tonight. Nice attack by the Mustangs. Rebels dig it up, set it up for Peart, who hits into the net. And the Mustangs take a 1-0 lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Our beginning serve of the set is brought to you by the station in Randolph, here for your convenience needs. They've got the coldest drinks in town. Some great hot deli food and more at the station in Randolph. Smith with a good pass. Kiera back set. Talisha hits. Back line right in the middle. Splits the D. We're tied at 1. Bear Lake Realty kill for Talisha Larson. And this second set is brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Bo Holman, council members Hugh Holman, Audrey Jessen, Raymond Franson, Millie Bradshaw, and clerk Lisa Bell. Taylor passes. Clegg hits across. Rebels bump it up. Set left side. High and outside for Hopkin. She's blocked. Nice stuff there. And the Rebels into the net. Hopkin thrown off a little bit by a nice block from Cody Thomas, I believe. Or was it Olivia Clegg who got up there with a nice block? Would have been an epic recreation block of the game had it been a Rebel making the block. Also looking for our J-Bar excavation dig of the game. Tied at 2 after a service error. Rebels had 3 service errors in that first set, just 1 service ace. Excuse me, 2 service aces. 1 from Julia, 1 from Talisha. Speaking of Circle H Land Cattle Company aces, there's one from Talisha Larson. She dropped that down in front of the defense. They couldn't get underneath it. 3-2, Rebels take the lead. First lead of the second set for Rich. Early on here, Taylor bumps it back line, bumped up high by Sawyer, and then Taylor bumps it over. Peart passes, Kiera sets high left side. Hopkin just splits the D, drills it through there, 4-2. Rebels on top on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard here in this second set. Talisha serves. And another ace. Wow, pretty serve. That one just cleared the net and then dived to the floor. I guess it would be dove to the floor. 5-2 on a Circle H Land Cattle Company ace from Talisha. Sawyer bumps up front, set up left side. Anderson hits it back line in there. Nice attack by Sylvie Anderson. And it's 5-3. Rebels lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard with Olivia Clegg dropping back to serve. Clegg, a bit of a rainbow. Smith passes left side. Hopkin hits. She's stuffed. Nice block by Guyman. Rebels set it up again. This time Hopkin touches it across. A push attack. Anderson set up. Hit blocked by Sydney Hopkin. An epic recreation block of the game. Puts the Rebels on top 6-3. Epic block from Sydney Hopkin. Makes it 6-3 Rebels. Serve, receive over the net. Peart bumps. Kiera sets left side. And Sydney Hopkin hits, deflected down the line. Diving dig from Guyman, right? Or by Sawyer, rather. Rebels attack. And Manila digs it up. Rich with a pancake dig after the attack, but can't keep it up. In the air, 6-4. Nice hustle from the Mustangs. Gives them the point and the serve. Some substitutions coming in with Sage Walters and Caitlin Mosley checking back into the game. Mosley with good height up front, especially for a freshman. She looks about the height of Sydney Hatch. Brooke Guyman up there about that same height as well, so some good height on the front for Manila. Rebels set it up left side, two hits. A double hit from the Rebels makes it 6-5. Mustangs halfway to what they scored in the entire first set. With Sage Walters, the sophomore, back to serve from straight away, bumps it straight across. Passed up front, set, and Sydney Hopkin with the hit. Goes back corner, 7-5, a Bear Lake Realty kill for Hopkin. And Julia will step back and serve. Rich attacking left to right if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. And Julia with the service ace. Brought to you by Circle H Land and Cattle Company. Julia and the family. One was deflected into the chest of Sage Walters, and she had no chance to control it. Anderson rolls the ball back to the Rebels. Good student section tonight. Rebel football tomorrow versus Layton Christian, and Rebel volleyball versus Duchesne. We'll have both varsity games and matches here for you on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. Another Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace for Julia. That one returned under the net. Hopkins serves again. Strong serve. Taylor keeps it alive. Call it out of bounds, bumps it up high, and then it's bumped over. Kiera sets left side. Peart hits it into the block. It's blocked back at Rich. Looked like it was deflected by two players and over the net. A fortunate block for Manila makes it 9-6. Sometimes that's the way the ball bounces. Sylvie Anderson, again, one of just two seniors on this team. Set to serve, lobs it high, slaps it across, on the line. Rebels let it go. It looked like it would be too long, but Anderson drops it in for the ace. Second ace of the match for the Mustangs servers. Anderson will serve again. Rebels on top. Narrow lead here in this second set, 9-7 as Anderson serves on the line. Ooh, it looked in from here, but it was out. 10-7, a service error for the Mustangs. Sets Amber Smith back to serve. Larson, and Peart up front. Hopkin, Grohl, and Smith in the back row as Amber delivers. Pass up front. Set left side. Call it hits. Dug up. Nope. Not dug up by Rich. 10-8. Energy not really there for the Rebels right now in this second set, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Lexi Taylor to serve. Taylor delivers. Hopkin, pass up front. Good pass. Kiera sets in the middle. Talisha hit. Blocked. Stuffed by Olivia Clegg, and it's 10-9. Mustangs within one. Again, the Rebels took the first set 25-10, but they've let up a bit here in this second set, and the Mustangs have turned it up a bit. Good pass up front. Kiera sets high left side for Peart. Hits cross court. Call it, bumps it high. Anderson passes up front. Call it, bumps it over. Hopkin to the front. Kiera sets high left side again for Peart. Hit deflected high in the air. Call it, keeps it alive. Bumped up toward the middle. Mosley, but it's an overpass. Rebels go up and slap it down out of bounds. We're tied at 10 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebel body language has gone from laughing, having fun to, boy, this one's getting close. We're looking a little discouraged right now. Taylor with the serve. Hopkin passes. Kiera dump set, bumped up high by Mosley. Set up left side. Call it, hits back line. Good dig by Smith. Kiera sets high left side. Peart hits into the block, deflected, bumped or slapped back over, and just on the line. The Mustangs have a lead, 11-10 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Coach Stewart turns to her fellow coaches on the bench, going, do you think we should call a timeout or see if they can get out of this one themselves? Taylor serves. Smith overpass on the serve receive. Bumped up at the net. Tipped up, and over. Just barely. That rolled on the top of the net. Mustangs kept it alive. Risha sets. Talisha hits. Tipped. Bumped, and tapped over by Clegg. Risha sets again. Peart hits. Deflected out of bounds on the block, and we're tied at 11. A Bear Lake Realty kill and a side out finally comes for Rich. That was a 4-0 run for the Mustangs. Risha serves, just clears the top of the net. It hit the tape, rolled over, 12-11 on a Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace. Rich regains the lead. Risha Larson serving. And floats one to the back line. It's bumped up, set up, call it, hits. Julia with a J-bar excavation dig of the game. Hit by Peart, stuffed. I believe it was Olivia Clegg with the block, and we're tied at 12 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Mustangs playing with a lot of excitement and emotion right now, whereas the Rebels are just playing pretty flat. Sawyer Lobs it high, serves it across. Strong serve. Hopkin, good pass. Set left side for Peart. Hit, blocked, out of bounds, just barely. Rebel point back on top. Rich leading 13-12 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Here in the second set, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Savannah Peart serves. It's bumped high and out of bounds, but they keep it alive. Bump it over. Nice play by the Mustangs to keep it alive. Smith, good pass. Set left side. Hopkin tips it with the left hand over the top. Kept in the air by Taylor. Bumped over by Collett. Risha passes. Kiera sets high left side again for Hopkin. And Julia crushes it to the back line. Drills it through the defense. Hammers it down. 14-12 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia and the Rebels. Savannah Peart running jump serve. Delivers. Taylor, good pass up front. Bumped high. Set in the middle. Collett hits. Smith passes. Kiera bumps it over her head, and Hopkin has to bump it over. Taylor bumps it out of bounds. They keep it alive, and Collett attacks. Good attack on a poor pass. Dump set by Kiera. Kept in the air by Collett. Set up left side. Collett pushes down the line. Risha pushes up to the middle. Rebels set it up for Julia. Hopkin hit, and Taylor shanks it to the back row. 15-12. Shanked it out of bounds toward the back wall. Savannah Peart will serve again. Rebels leading 15-12. A 5-1 run for Rich. Taylor, good pass. Set right side. Collett hits, and Smith. Nice dig. Great pass up front. Rebels set it up. Hopkin crushes it into the block. It's out of bounds off the Mustangs. 16-12. Bear Lake Realty kill for the Rebels. Savannah, another serve. Taylor passes it under the net. A Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 aces in the second set for the Rebels. Boy, when they're serving well in the second set. Another Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace for Savannah. Makes it 18-12, and Coach Clegg calls for a timeout. Rebels in the middle of a 6-0 run and leading 18-12 in the second set on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Woodruff, Utah has a long pioneer history with a post office that has been in operation since 1872. Woodruff was named after Wilford Woodruff, the fourth president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and is home to the Woodruff Steakhouse, a former Latter-day Saint office building that is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Our rich pioneer heritage is reflected in all our students by their hard work and commitment to excellence in the classroom and in their sports.
Back at Rich High School, Rebels took the first set 25-10. They've let up here a bit in second set, and the Mustangs, meanwhile, have turned it up a notch. Their effort has been better, and they've kept it closer. 18-12. Rebels currently on an 8-1 run. Mustangs don't get a good attack, but they bump it over. Kiera sets high left side. Hopkin cracks it down the line. It's deflected and bumped low and to the floor. 19-12. That's a 9-1 run and a 7-0 run for the Rebels. Peart again serving. Bumped. Decent pass. Clegg bumps it high. Collett bumps it over. Risha passes up front. She and Smith, a little collision there. Smith goes down. She's fine. Rebels hit it cross court in. Just barely in the corner. Anderson and the other Mustangs wanted that one to be out. They argue for it, don't get the call. 20-12. Smith and Larson laughing about their little collision that sent Smith to the floor. As Peart serves again. Sylvia Anderson rather, with the pass set and bumped over. Kiera sets in the middle, and nice attack by Talisha Larson, just touches it down to the floor. She scanned the floor, scanned the defense, and dropped it down where they weren't. 21-12, Savannah Peart serving, and another Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace. That's Savannah's third here in the last 5 sets, or last 5 serves. Savannah serves again. Taylor, good pass high up front, back set for Collett, hit, Smith digs. Kiera sets high left side. Hopkin just touches it over. Good dig by Taylor. Bumped, set, and hit by Collett. Good attack, dug by Risha. Set up for Talisha, hit, blocked. Kiera's there, set, and hit. It was bumped and overpass, and Collett went up and knocked it down, but hit it too far. 22-12. Rebels on a 10-0 run and a 12-1 run as Peart serves again, an overpass. Kiera bumps it. Rebels set it up for Hopkin, who just crushes it into the block. She wrecks it at him, and it's 23-12. Another Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia Hopkin. Again, I believe number 5 in the state in hitting percentage at just over .350. There's another one for Julia Hopkins. She hits it at the block, and I missed a point. It was 24-12. That makes it 25-12. The Rebels win. They go on a 13-1 or a 13-0 run and a 15-1 run to close out set number 2, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Bull Holman, council members Hugh Holman, Audrey Jessen, Raymond Franson, Millie Bradshaw, and clerk Lisa Bell. We'll take a quick break and be back with set 3 on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. The Wind River Hotel and Casino in Riverton, Wyoming has teamed up with the Riverton Golf and Country Club to bring you great golf getaway packages for the whole family. Come for a couple of days, golf, eat, relax, tour the Wind River Indian Reservation, and enjoy the Native American tribal dancers. Pet rooms are available so you can bring the whole family and stay. Call today the Wind River Hotel and Casino, where families play, stay, win. 866-657-1604.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
We sell fun. Come see and feel the fun when you shop at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. You and your family will have fun year-round, in the water with personal watercraft, in nature driving your side-by-side or riding your four-wheeler, or in the mountains on your snow machine. It's always fun at Cache Honda Yamaha, no matter what the season is. Our showroom is full of inventory to choose from. Start having more fun today. Visit Cache Honda Yamaha between Logan and Smithfield on Highway 91. We sell fun.
Coverage of Rich High School sports is also being made possible by Delmas Equipment, repairing equipment for over 20 years, farming equipment assembly, and custom fabrication. The Thompson Ranch, Brian and Becky Thompson, promoting student learning and success in all areas. And Western Ag Credit, reliable credit for all things agriculture.
It's Truck Month going on right now at Auto Farm Castle Rock in Evanston. Receive 0% financing for 72 months on select models or get 20% off select models. Receive up to $3,500 in bonus cash. Auto Farm is stuffed with vehicles at the guaranteed lowest prices. It's Truck Month going on now at Auto Farm. 0% for 72 or 20% off. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer.
Back at Ridge High School, Region 22 play. Rebels one set away from another perfect region season. Rich with 30 consecutive region titles. They wrapped that up this season a week ago, hosting Intermountain Christian, but looking for the 6-0 record, the perfect record in region play. And with 25-10 and 25-12 wins in sets 1 and 2, the Rebels are on their way to a 3-0 win. Savannah Peart makes sure that keeps going. Her fourth ace of the match, Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace, gives the Rebels a 1-0 lead on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Peart serves again. Anderson with this pass this time, and a poor pass by, or a bump by Caitlin Mosley. She was off balance, backing up, trying to get to it, couldn't do it. And that doesn't quite count as a Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace, but it's close. Peart with another serve. Anderson passes up near the net. Hopkins goes up and tips it down, and an illegal attack on the Rebels will give the Mustangs the point. 2-1, Rich on top. The Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Our block of the game so far, Epic Recreation block of the game, courtesy of Sydney Hopkins, the Rebel freshman. We'll look for a J-Bar excavation dig here in this third set, brought to you by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. Set up for Hopkins, and she just bashes it into the block. They can't stop it. They can't keep it in the air. It's 3-1 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels with the lead. Again, Rich took the first set 25-10, took set 2 25-12. Anderson, bump, and Collett bumps it over. Smith, Peart passes up front, set left side. Hopkin crushes it cross court. Anderson with a dig, but a player in the net. Olivia Clegg coming up trying to block, I believe. And Rebels lead 4-1. Talisha serves. Taylor bumps high. Slapped up high again by Cody Thomas and then hit over. The Rebels misplay it, and it's 4-2. Aspen, or keep trying to call her, Aspen Collett. There's Aspen Collett, Sylvie Anderson. Getting those two first names mixed up a couple of times. Julia Hopkin receives. Kiara sets in the middle. Hatch hits. Cross court just a bit wide. Nice idea by Hatch, but just misfired a few inches out wide. 4-3. Rebels on top. Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Collett serves. Hopkin, good pass up front. Kiara sets high left side. Julia hits hard cross court. And Sawyer deflects it back beyond the Rebel student section. Bear Lake Realty kill for Julia. And the Rebels back up by 2. 5-3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Again, our third set is brought to you by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. Taylor passes high. It's bumped, and then Anderson slaps it across. Julia diving dig, maybe your J-Bar Excavation dig of the game. Manila scrambling a bit. They get a good pass. Hit and deflected by Peart out of bounds. I like to give a J-Bar Excavation dig on a rally that ends in a Rebel point. We'll mark that one down just in case we don't get one later. Rebels, one of the top teams in the state for digs. In fact, Amber Smith, the top player in all classifications in digs per set, 7.2 each set. Amber with a good pass up front. Kiara sets high left side. Hopkin, wow, she just slugs that one down. 6-4, a Bear Lake Realty kill. No chance for the Mustangs to get underneath it. Julia and the coaches have been working a lot the last several weeks about seeing the block and hitting around it. They're seeing and hitting to it, depending on what she sees, adjusting her hit. Overpass on the serve receive from Julia. Set up and Hatch with a nice touch down the line. Diving dig by Anderson. Bumped and slapped across by Taylor. No, Sawyer hits it just a bit long. And Rich leads 7-4 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Julia with the service. Back line. Bumped high by Clegg. Bumped and just barely bumped over by Anderson. Kiara sets left side. Peart hits hard. It's deflected high in the air. Sawyer bumps it up. Keeps it left side. Anderson tips it across. Kiara with a lunging dig over the net. Sawyer can't control it. And I think we'll give that one your J-Bar Excavation dig of the game to to Kiara Grohl as it crosses the net, dug up by Sawyer over or underneath the net. And the Rebels lead 10-3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. I think that score's wrong. I think it's 9-4. We'll see if they correct that. I had 8-4 before that service ace by Julia Hopkin. Maybe I'm missing a point. Taylor bumps it left side. Anderson hits it cross court too far. 10-4 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Make it 11-4. Julia just clears the net with the serve. Taylor with a nice dig. Set. Anderson with a good slap attack, but great dig by Smith. Bumped high and off the ceiling tiles down to the floor, and Rich leads 12-4 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Julia will serve again. Hopkin delivers right to left if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. Again, our camera tonight is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. And our cameraman, Rob Leifson, does a great job. Sawyer receives. Rebels set up the attack. Sawyer receives, and Anderson hits cross court. Rebels deflected, and it looked like it was in the corner. 12-5 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Mustangs earned the point there. They were real close in that second set. In fact, midway through the set, Mustangs led 11-10, but then the Rebels went on a 15-1 run and won 25-12. Peart with a nice touch attack. Anderson a diving dig, bumped up high by Mosley and slapped over. Hopkin digs, Rebels set. Peart hits too long. 12-6 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Sage Walters serves and misfires. The sophomore just didn't get a good lob on it. 13-6 on the service error. Rebels lead. That's only the third service error of the match for Manila. We're in the third set. Rebels won the first two. Call it receives up and over, out of bounds. A service ace brought to you by Circle H Land and Cattle Company from Amber Smith. Smith serves again, goes at Call it. She shanks it off to the side, still playable. Anderson bumps and Mosley bumps it over. Rebels scrambling a bit. As it went to the back line, they bump it over. Walters, Mosley, set left side. Anderson with a nice touch attack, diving dig by Julia. Set left side. Peart slaps it across. Call it digs. Pass up front. Anderson hits again. Kiera misplays it. Shanks it off behind her, and nobody can get to it. 14-7. Rebels on top. Rebel JV team 1 in 3. The freshmen beat Evanston in 3. Freshman football team lost 24-14. They led 14-12 with just under a minute to go. Evanston scored 2 late touchdowns. Peart receives, but it's low, and Rich can't get to it. A service ace for the Mustangs is their third ace of the match. Sylvia Anderson, the senior, set to serve again left to right if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. Rebels on top 14-8. Anderson, Peart, good pass up front. Kiera dumps it over her head and behind her. Call it, tips it up high, and an illegal attack from the Rebels. 14-9, Mustangs within 5. Sylvia Anderson again to serve. Lobs it high and smacks it across. Peart, good pass up front. Kiera, left side for Peart, hits down the line. Anderson digs up high and out of bounds, but kept alive by Mosley, slapped across by Guyman. Rebel dig is out of bounds to the student section. Rich getting a little lackadaisical again here and letting the Mustangs climb back in. 14-10. Rich on top by 4. It's a 4-0 run for the Mustangs, and Anderson serves long, out of bounds. Ends the 4-0 run with an error. 15-10, Risha Larson serves. Anderson passes. Mosley with a nice set, but hit into the net by Call It. 16-10. Aspen just mistimed her attack. Hit it into the net. Risha with the serve. Anderson pass up front again. Mosley high and left side. Call It tips it over. Gets it past the block, but the Rebels dig it up. Peart this time tips it right to the fingertips of the block, and that kills its momentum. Anderson was coming up to dig, but when it tipped off the block, it died to the floor. And it's a Bear Lake Realty kill for Savannah. Nice attack. Risha serves. Anderson with a good pass up front. Right near the net, and it was not a good pass. A little close to the net. Mosley had to step over to keep that ball in the air. Stepped over the line, and it's 18-10. Rebels to the lead. Risha Larson serves an ace, Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace, as Anderson's return or serve receive goes up over and out. 19-10 after that Circle H Land and Cattle Company ace, and let's make it 2 in a row. That one clips the top of the net, drops to the floor, and it's 20-10 Rebels with the lead. Coach Clegg told me she'd like to play the Rebels 5 sets, whether they lose all 5 or not. She just likes the competition and likes what her team is able to do and work on improving when they play the Rebels. 20-10, Manila sets up the attack. Rebels set it up after the dig. Peart hits it cross court and just nails it right between the defense, splits the defense, makes it 21-10. Risha Larson serving. Rebels on a 7-0 run. Taylor passes. Mosley set real close to the net. Call It hits. Blocked by Rich. Bumped and kept in the air, but then Mosley into the net trying to keep that alive. Great effort by the Mustangs, but just can't quite keep it in the air. 22-10. Rebels 3 points away from a sweep of the Mustangs tonight. Risha passes. Kiara sets left side. Peart hits, blocked, and Peart will bump it and keep it in the air. Kiara sets again for Peart. Hit block this time. The block a little too far back from the net. It pinballs between the blocker and the nylon, and Rich leads 23-10. Risha Larson to serve. This third set is brought to you by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. Taylor Anderson scrambling, and Collett slaps it over. Good pass up front. Rebels set left side. Peart hits cross court. Taylor bumps it or digs it up over the net. Kiara goes up on a happy birthday and knocks it down. 24-10. Set and match point for the Rebels. Bear Lake Realty kill by Kiara Grohl sets up this set point for Rich. As Risha Larson serves, Taylor bumps it. Mosley bumps it left side. Collett slaps it, punches it across. Julia Diggs set left side. Peart pushes back line. Taylor up front to Mosley. Set left side. Collett punches it across again. That roll attack, flick of the wrist. Kiara sets for Peart. Cross court, hit down. Lexi Taylor dives and digs it, shanks it off to the side. A Savannah Peart kill brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Puts the Rebels over the top. 3-0 the win on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. 25-10 in set 3. Brought to you by Rich County. Stay tuned. Our Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show is coming up, including the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap when we return. The Rebels win in 3, 25-10, 25-12, 25-10 on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Risha Larson, and you're tuned in to Rich High School Volleyball action on Rebel Radio KADQ FM 98.3 and online at mylocalradio.com.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same day and next day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
When you need bodywork or a windshield replacement, it can be as simple as dropping your vehicle off and picking it up a couple of days later. T-Bar-S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston works directly with your insurance company to save you time and hassle. We know it isn't convenient to have a vehicle in the shop. That's why we work hard to repair and restore as quickly as possible to get you back on the road. Make it hassle-free. Let T-Bar fix your car. T-Bar-S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Stop in today for a free estimate. 515 County Road.
The best family vacations create lifelong memories. Schedule a family whitewater rafting trip today. Packages include your hotel room, transportation, whitewater rafting, and lunch in a native teepee. The Wind River Canyon is located on the Wind River Indian Reservation in Riverton, Wyoming, and is home to the Northern Arapaho and Eastern Shoshone tribes. Come and enjoy the waves, the breathtaking views of the oldest canyons in Wyoming. Call today the Wind River Hotel and Casino, where families play, stay, win. 866-657-1604.
Founded in 1997, the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho serves Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming and is proud to sponsor the students and staff at Rich High School. The Mound Valley Cattle Company is established on the foundation of hard work, commitment, and perseverance, knowing that every individual on the team must give their best for the team to succeed. The same principles that students and athletes at Rich High School are learning today that will help them lead tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Randolph is located near the geographic center of Rich County, Utah, on a high plateau with an average elevation of 6,300 feet. The first group of settlers, led by Randolph H. Stewart, camped on a knoll south of the present town site on March 14, 1870. Randolph is a town of extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 in the winter. The folks who live here are also extreme, extremely loyal, extremely friendly, and extremely supportive of our youth. Good luck to all the Rich Rebels this year from everyone at the town of Randolph.
Welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. It's time for the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. Jimmy John's gourmet sandwiches, fresh and fast, every day at 113 Front Street in Evanston. The Rebels wrapped up Region 22 play Thursday night at Rich High School, hosting the Manila Mustangs, and Rich jumped out to a 6-1 lead in the first set and never looked back. Rebels, they were up 7-3 moments later, went on an 8-0 run. It was 15-3, and Rich finished out a 25-10 win in the first set. Second set, Rebels had 8 aces. They fell asleep for the first half of the set and then went on a 13-0 run and won 25-12 on the wings of those 8 aces. Third set, 5 more aces for the Rebels, and they dominated from start to finish, a 25-10 win in set 3. Rebels sweep the Mustangs for the second time this season and the 19th time in the last 10 seasons. Rebels, with another region championship this year, go 3-0 against the Mustangs tonight, or Thursday night at Rich High School, 25-10, 25-12, and 25-10. That was the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. Gourmet sandwiches fresh and fast every day at 113 Front Street in Evanston. The Mountain Valley Cattle Company postgame show continues after the break. We'll have the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital postgame highlights and the Lazy-S Ranching Roundup School calendar when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
As the hospital closest to Bear Lake, professional medical care is always available at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. As a full-service hospital, Bear Lake Memorial offers an emergency room that's open 24/7. They treat patients of all ages. Other professional services include physicians' clinics, assisted living, home health services, counseling, dialysis, physical, occupational, and speech therapy, orthopedic care, and skilled nursing. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
It doesn't matter what season you visit Bear Lake. Make sure you always stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods. You'll find lots of great quality inventory at low prices, including guns and ammo. During the winter, you can rent cross-country skis, snowshoes, and buy your ski passes to Beaver Mountain. Pugstones is always the best place to get information about the area and purchase your hunting or fishing licenses. Everything you need with one stop at Pugstone Sporting Goods at the 4-way stop in Garden City.
Dominant win for the Rebels in all 3 volleyball matches. Freshmen beat Evanston in 3. JV beat Manila, and the varsity beat Manila, all in 3. Back on the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show, brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. We're here on KADQ and mylocalradio.com. Rebels wrap up another perfect region season. This time it's Region 22. Rebels go 6-0 against Manila, Intermountain Christian, and Tabiona. Rich, with two more matches on the schedule. Wednesday at South Summit and Friday hosting North Summit. Let's tell you some more about tonight's match. Some highlights brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. Rebels had 15 aces in that match. 8 of them. 8 aces in set 2. You can talk about, when you talk about 25 points scored in a set, 8 of those, that's almost a third of the points that Rich scored in set 2 came off of aces. Savannah Peart had 3 of them, maybe 4 of them. I think 3 of them. Talisha had a pair. Risha had 1, I think. Kiera had 1 or 2. Julia Hopkin. Rebels, boy, a lot of aces tonight. Talisha had a pair of aces in the third set. A couple of points in a row, made it 19-10 and 20-10. Rebels had runs of including 8-0 run in the first set. They had a 15-1 run in set 2. The Mustangs were on top 11-10, and Rich outscored Manila 15-1 the rest of the way to win 25-12. A dominant performance tonight, and nothing against Manila, not to take anything away from Manila, but that was not the Rebels' best effort. They came out knowing they didn't need to play their best to win and beat Manila, and showed a little mercy, had some fun, and Manila, again, to their credit, they battled hard. They played hard, and Coach Clegg mentioned to me in the pregame show that they have a lot of fun. Hope they did tonight here at Rich. But a 3-0 win for Rebels, 25-10, 25-12, 25-10. Your Epic Recreation block of the game, the freshman Sydney Hopkin. Rebels were up 5-3. She stuffed it, and not only did she block it, it looked to me like she blocked it right where she wanted to. She blocked it down to the floor at about the 10-foot line in the middle of the court, right where the Mustangs had nobody. It was a great block. It was also a kill in one. Put the Rebels up 6-3 in set 2. J-Bar Excavation dig of the game. We had a couple of candidates in the third set, one from Julia Hopkin, one from Kiera Grohl, and we're going to give it to Kiera because it ended in a point. It was a J-Bar Excavation dig that went over the net and to a spot on the floor where the Mustangs didn't have anybody, and that put the Rebels up 8-4 at that point in the third set. Again, J-Bar Excavation, dig of the game, quality work on all kinds of projects, and the Epic Recreation block of the game. Make your vacation an epic one to remember. For rentals in Bear Lake, winter, summer, spring, fall, whatever season it may be, they've got rentals for on the lake and off the lake. If you're looking for snow machines, other ATVs with the snow tracks, the bicycles with the wide snow tires, and much, much more, visit epicrecreation.net or find them on Facebook. Also, you can call 435-946-EPIC, epicrecreation.net. Our fan cam tonight is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty, Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City, and Aces by Circle H Land and Cattle Company. Again, 15 of those in tonight's match for the Rebels. A 3-0 win for Rich over the Mustangs. Our post-game highlights and stats are brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. We'll take one more quick break and be back with the Lazy S Ranching Roundup calendar on this presentation of Rich High Rebel Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3, live video at mylocalradio.com.
When you have dental care done, you let the dentist and the hygienists into your personal space. It's important that you and your family trust that your dentist will provide professional care in a comfortable atmosphere. Comprehensive Family Dental is a family-owned and operated business that understands how important this trust is. 2 locations make it convenient for you and your family when scheduling appointments. When it comes to your dental work, expect the best. Call Comprehensive Family Dental today at 435-793-2210. When it comes to hard things in life, don't say, why me? Just say, try me. Remember, it's the tough things that make us the strongest. The cattle ranchers at Laziest Ranching are proud supporters of the youth in our community. Sim, Joe Jean, Carol, and Millie Weston, along with Sim Jr. and Meggie, remind everyone to eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels. That's right. Eat more beef and cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Back on the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show, brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Rebels with a dominant win over the Manila Mustangs, 25-10, 25-12, and 25-10. Taking a quick look ahead, this Rich County Sports and Activities, brought to you by Laziest Ranching, eat more beef and cheer on the Rebels. Rich, of course, tonight wraps up Thursday, so homecoming week just about over. Let me give you some quick scores here tonight. The freshman volleyball team beat Evanston in 3. JV volleyball team beat Manila in 3. Freshman football team lost to Evanston 24-14. Rebels were on top 14-12 with under a minute to go. Evanston scored a touchdown, and then Rich trying to answer through a pick 6. Evanston scored one more time to score 2 touchdowns in the last about 57 seconds, and Evanston won in the freshman football game 24-14. Looking ahead to tomorrow, Rebel volleyball gets back at it against Duchesne. Also Rebel football tomorrow versus Layton Christian. Varsity at 4 o'clock. Our pregame starts at 3:15. There's no JV football game. Freshman, the Rebel volleyball against Duchesne. Freshman at 4, JV at 5:15, varsity at 6:30. So our coverage schedule looks like this. Pregame starts at 3:15 tomorrow afternoon. Kickoff at 4 o'clock. Directly following the football game, we'll move all our equipment inside and cover as much of the volleyball game, as much as that varsity volleyball match as possible as Rich takes on Duchesne. And for homecoming, I think that about does it this week. Let me look real quickly at the homecoming schedule for tomorrow. I believe the parade is at 10 o'clock. I should know that since I'm going to be riding a float in the parade. But where have I got that little page on my phone? There it is. Homecoming events tomorrow. Tomorrow is a whiteout, so if you're coming to the games, they encourage you to wear white. Tomorrow, the 10 a.m. parade. There's an 11 o'clock program speaker is Brian Thompson, and then lunch for students and the general public at 1 o'clock, provided by the Booster Club. Varsity football at 4 o'clock. Again, our pregame starts at 3:15. Varsity volleyball against Duchesne. JV or freshman at 4, JV at 5:15, varsity at 6:30. And homecoming chalk dance is tomorrow night, 8:30 to 11 p.m. And they ask that you pre-register. You can also, I guess, pay at the dance. They always roast the pig, and I assume they'll be doing that tomorrow as well. That takes us through the weekend and rich homecoming week on our Roundup calendar. Brought to you by Lazy S Ranching, encouraging you to eat more beef and cheer on the Rebels. That also wraps up our Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Rebels win in 3, 25-10, 25-12, and 25-10 over Manila tonight at Rich. And we'll be back on the air tomorrow, 3:15 pregame, as Rich football needs a win to keep hopes alive for a first-round home game in the state playoffs starting 2 weeks from tomorrow. Leighton Christian's in town. Pregame starts at 3:15 right here on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. For tonight's videographer, Rob Leifson, my producer back in the studio, Kate Bullender, thanks so much. I'm Ryan Steineckert. We'll talk with you again soon.
You've been tuned in to Rich High School Rebel Volleyball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's match has been brought to you by these Rebels supporting businesses and individuals: Edwards Furniture in Logan, West Star Printing in Evanston, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, T-Bar-S Body Shop Technoglass of Evanston, the Wind River Hotel and Casino of Riverton, Wyoming, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, and by mylocalradio.com. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.
Our executive producer is Val Cook. We thank our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Briley, along with KNYN Sports Director, Jake Hibbert, Chief Photographer, Warren Cook, and production assistants, Kate Bullender and A.J. Lamb. Biggest thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit mylocalradio.com for archived games and past interviews with Rebel players and coaches. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ FM 98.3 and online at mylocalradio.com. Until the next time the Rich High Volleyball team takes the court, go Rebels!